Paris, just hearing the name, it conjures up so much, doesn't it? Cobblestone streets, those charming cafes, iconic landmarks everywhere.
Absolutely. It's right up there on so many travel bucket lists. A real dream destination.
But let's be honest, for anyone actually planning a trip, there's often that little nagging question about safety.
Yeah.
You hear stories, you maybe see stuff online about pickpockets, scams targeting tourists.
And look, those concerns are totally understandable. Paris is a major global city. It's packed with visitors. And yeah, unfortunately, that does attract some petty crime.
Right.
So for this deep dive, our goal is pretty straightforward. We want to give you the knowledge you need to, navigate Paris confidently.
Keep yourself safe while you're out there actually enjoying it all.
Exactly. Soaking up the beauty, the culture, everything Paris has to offer.
So we've pulled together insights from a few different places. We looked at some articles giving practical advice, checked out a government travel advisory, and even dove into a Reddit discussion.
Get those real-world experiences.
Yeah, see what fellow travelers are saying. Our mission today is basically to cut through the noise and focus on what you, as a visitor, really need to know for a safe and hopefully amazing trip.
And, while some sources do mention broader things, like the U.S. State Department has that Level 2 travel advisory for France.
Right, mentioning terrorism and civil unrest.
Yes, but it's really important to clarify that for most tourists, the day-to-day stuff you're most likely to bump into is street crime.
So pickpocketing mainly.
Pickpocketing, yeah, and various scams trying to get your money. That's the main focus for visitors.
It's easy to get a bit maybe spooked by headlines sometimes, but when you actually look at the stats,
It paints a slightly different picture.
yeah, compared to other big cities, Paris is, well, it's comparable. Numbeo ranked it 74th safest out of nearly 500 cities in 2023.
In The Economist's Safe Cities Index.
23rd safest in both 2021 and 2024. So it's not danger zone number one.
No, not at all. But like OSSE, that's the U.S. Bureau of Diplomatic Security, point out, street crime is the main thing tourists need to watch out for.
Okay. And violent crime against tourists.
Thankfully, quite rare, relatively uncommon.
That's reassuring.
So let's dig into understanding these risks a bit more. That State Department advisory, exercise increased caution.
Level 2.
Right. Terrorism and civil unrest are mentioned, but they also specifically call out pickpocketing and phone snatching.
Phone snatchings too, huh?
Yeah, especially where it's crowded. The airports, people are distracted, maybe tired. Train stations, the metro, obviously.
And all the big tourist sites.
Exactly. Anywhere people are looking up or taking photos, basically. Distracted.
Makes sense. I read Gare du Nord and Gare de l'Est can be hot spot.
Definitely. Especially later in the evening, say after 10 p.m., pickpocketing risk goes up. The whole 10th arrondissement, where they're located, has seen crime rates increase a bit, apparently.
So arriving late or leaving early requires extra vigilance there.
For sure. But it's also key to remember, as one source, Paris Unlocked, pointed out the State Department isn't saying don't go to France.
Right. That level 2 is more about awareness.
Exactly. Heightened awareness, increased caution, not canceling trips. And like we said, violent crime against tourists just isn't the common scenario.
Okay, so let's talk specific areas. Some sources really drill down into locations and even times of day.
Yeah, that 8 Risky Places article was interesting. It mentioned La Salle, right in the center.
Near the big shopping center, Forum des Halles, and Notre Dame, the Louvre.
Busy area. Apparently weekends, there can be prime time for bag snatching and these free gift scams.
Ah, the free gift scam. How does that work?
Well, someone might come up to you offering something seemingly nice, a bracelet, maybe a flower.
Oh, I think I've heard of this. The friendship bracelet thing.
That's one version, yeah. They make it seem like a gift, maybe tie it on you, then suddenly demand money, often quite aggressively.
And while you're dealing with that...
An accomplice might be going for your wallet or bag. It's a classic distraction tactic.
Okay, good to know. What other areas?
Porte de la Chapelle, particularly later on. It's known for street art now, but around the metro, there's a higher chance of running into issues.
Like what?
Drug-related crime is mentioned, but also those friendship scams, someone acting overly friendly to scam you, change scams, fake tickets or tours, that kind of thing.
Right, need to keep your guard up.
The 19th arrondissement, too, especially on warm summer nights.
Near Parc de la Villette, Arc de Butte-Chaumont, those are popular spots.
They are, but areas around there like Stalingrad, Jaurès, Mouzaya, can see more petty theft, public intoxication. Again, not a no-go zone, just requires extra care with your stuff.
And Barbès-Rochouart, near Sacré-Cœur.
Fine during the day, usually, but maybe avoid walking alone there after dark. especially quieter side streets. And that's another big spot for the aggressive friendship bracelet scam.
They can be quite persistent, can't they?
Very. They'll try to physically tie it on your wrist, then demand cash. Best just to keep walking. Firmly say, no, merci.
Okay. What about Corte Clignancourt, the big flea market?
Marché au Poussé de Saint-Ouen. Yeah, definitely be aware there, especially later in the day. Pickpocketing is common, lots of browsing, distraction.
And fake antiques.
That too. Selling overpriced fakes. Good advice there is maybe don't wear flashy jewelry or carry super expensive bags. Don't advertise yourself as a target.
Makes sense. And the 20th arrondissement.
Offers great views, but some areas around metro stations see more bag snatching and ATM scams after dark. Stick to well-lit streets. Be cautious using ATMs.
Even Bois de Vincennes Park, it seems so peaceful.
Petty theft can happen there too at night if you're not careful with your belongings. Vigilance everywhere, really.
And Paris Unlocked mentions specific metro stops too.
Yeah, especially for solo travelers late at night. Big hubs like Châtelet-Léal, Gare du Nord,
Le Salle itself, Pigalle, Belleville.
Couronne, Place des Fêtes, Porte Saint-Ouen, Porte Clichy, Stalingrad, Jolle, Crémay. Quite a list.
But again, not no-go zones.
No, just places requiring more awareness after dark, fewer people around.
And they advised against going to the northern suburbs after dark.
Yes. Specifically mentioned higher rates of more serious crime, gang activity there. So probably best avoided at night unless you have a specific reason and know where you're going.
Okay, that's useful context. Let's talk Sams. How to avoid them. Pickpocketing is number one, right?
By far. And the advice is consistent. Crossbody bag.
Zipped up.
Zipped up, worn across your body,
Yeah.
in front of you. Hand on it in crowds.
Keep valuables close.
Definitely. Only carry the cash you think you'll need for the day, maybe around 100 euros.
That sounds reasonable.
For more cash, use a money belt under your clothes. Leave passports, extra cards, expensive jewelry in the hotel safe if you can.
And never leave your bag unattended, not even for a second.
Never. That's just inviting trouble.
Okay, so those gift scams, bracelet scams, petition scams near Notre Dame.
Similar principle, distraction or pressure.
Best defense.
Polite but firm refusal. No, merci. Don't take the gift. Don't let them tie anything. Don't stop for the petition. Just keep moving.
What about fake charity collectors?
Yeah, they try to guilt you. If you want to donate, find a real charity online. Don't give cash on the street.
And those aggressive street vendors near the big sites. Eiffel Tower, Louvre.
They might try to put things in your hand, demand payment. Just refuse firmly. Don't let them touch you or your stuff.
At the flea market, watch out for fake antiques and ATMs.
Be wary everywhere, but maybe especially in the 20th. Look for skimmers on the card slot. Shield your PIN.
Good tip from Reddit. Use ATMs inside open banks.
Yeah, generally safer. And never accept help from strangers at an ATM.
Any other weird scams mentioned?
Reddit had a couple. The clear cup scam. Someone puts a clear cup with coins down, kicks it, hopes you feel bad and give money.
Oh, wow. Subtle.
And the found jewelry scam. Someone finds a ring, tries to sell it to you cheap. It's always fake.
Right. And taxis.
Stick to official ones. Taxi Parisian, sign on top, meter running inside. Don't take rides from people just approaching you.
Okay. And the clipboard survey thing.
Yep. Same as the petition scam. Distraction for pickpockets. Just say no, walk away. You might also see some aggressive begging near the Louvre Rivoli.
So lots of variations on the theme of distraction and pressure.
Pretty much. Awareness is key.
Let's recap some general safety tips then. Explore during daylight. Stick to well-lit areas.
Secure your stuff in that crossbody bag. Keep valuables hidden.
Use safe transport like taxis or ride shares at night in riskier spots.
Ignore the clipboard people. People asking for a light.
Choose accommodation carefully. Research the location. Hostels can be good for solo travelers' safety in numbers.
Secure your hotel room. Don't leave valuables near windows, especially in certain areas.
Plan nights out. Let someone know your route. Maybe travel with others.
Engage with locals, sure, but trust your gut. If something feels off, walk away.
Always be aware of your surroundings. Crowds, public transport, prime times.
Stay connected. Get an eSIM. Consider travel insurance. Maybe hide an AirTag in your bag.
Learn basic French. Aidez-moi, help me.
Definitely useful. And have emergency numbers saved. 112 for general EU emergency, 17 for police, 15 for ambulance.
Be careful crossing streets, even with the right-of-way.
And register with your embassy beforehand. Keep their details handy. Good tip from Paris Unlocked.
Any extra advice for solo female travelers?
Yeah, just take extra care at night, poorly lit areas. Be aware that sometimes friendliness might be misinterpreted by some men.
So be firm.
Be firm, a clear nod, and walk away from unwanted attention.
And the advice about not looking like a tourist.
Yeah, it comes up a lot. Avoid huge maps in public. Maybe don't talk super loudly in English.
Someone on Reddit suggested trying to blend in a bit with Parisian style.
Huh, yeah. Maybe less about high fashion, more about just not sticking out like a sore thumb. Makes you less of an obvious target, perhaps.
But it's crucial to keep perspective, right?
Absolutely. Paris Unlocked made a good point. These risks exist, but they're common in many big cities. Don't let fear ruin the trip.
The Gilets jaunes protests aren't really a thing for tourists now.
Not significantly, no. Health-wise, no major COVID restrictions as of early 2025, but always good to double-check.
And maybe avoid driving in central Paris.
Probably wise. Traffic and parking are a nightmare. Drivers can be assertive.
Okay, so summing up,
Paris is generally safe for tourists who take precautions. That's the main takeaway.
it really boils down to vigilance, common sense, awareness.
Especially in those crowded tourist spots and on public transport. Be alert there.
Absolutely. So our final thought is yes, be informed about the risks. Take those sensible precautions we've talked about.
But don't let it overshadow the experience.
Exactly. Don't let fear stop you from soaking it all in. Paris is incredible. Go with awareness, be smart, but really allow yourself to enjoy the beauty, the history, the magic of the City of Light.